When it comes to wacky inventions, the thought process is usually to make the user's life easier, whether it's something to save us from strenuous tasks, or something to help us get where we need to be. It's safe to say there's a gadget for everything, but not too long ago, the future of humanity relied on innovative new creations to move forward. These are 10 weird inventions from the past. Number 10. Flying machines. Humans have always been obsessed with the sky and longed to travel up, up and away. In an attempt to do so, there have been many tried, tested and failed attempts to reach for the sky. Despite some wacky inventions' failure to make man airborne, some of the oldest designs in history weren't too far from the technology we use today. As well as a desire to travel up, humans have also always been keen to travel down and deep below the water that covers the majority of our planet. In 1775, this turtle design allowed one person to submerge into the depths of the oceans. It was the world's first submarine, so to speak, and was designed to attach bombs to enemy ships whilst in harbour. The hand crank propeller design went out of service just 1 year later, in 1776. When humans weren't trying to go down, they were trying to look down without looking down. Do not fear, 90-degree glasses are here. Saving the human race from the strenuous task of looking down, this design still exists today. Talking about looking down, in the early 1900s, many babies and young children were looking down, usually many stories, as they were subject to this horrendous invention, the baby cage. Why on earth would anyone put children and babies in a cage? You're right to ask. These designs straight out of a Saw movie were built as an attempt to combat the widespread rise of tuberculosis. The belief that open air and ventilation were key in fighting the epidemic inspired the creation of baby cages. Number 6. The Cloudbuster. Austrian psychoanalyst Wilhelm Reich claimed his invention could produce rain by manipulating what he called orgone energy present in the atmosphere. There have been no verified instances of a cloudbuster actually working, however the design was the inspiration for the 1985 song Cloudbusting by British singer Kate Bush, so at least something came of it. Number 5. The Creeping Doll. Have you ever noticed people who collect dolls always seem to have the creepiest looking ones? This invention was designed by George Pemberton Clark, who received a US patent in 1871 for his natural creeping baby doll. This clockwork-driven doll is something from a bad dream and was one of the first attempts to create a realistic doll with movement. Baby born, meet your terrifying ancestor. If clockwork dolls aren't weird enough, check out these rose-tinted chicken glasses. Despite sounding like a hipster fashion alternative for our free-range buddies, these miniature glasses were actually intended to prevent featherpecking and cannibalism. The deep rose-coloured plastic lenses make it impossible for the cannibal chicken to see blood on the other chickens. Despite a dark meaning, these actually look pretty chic. Or should that be chic-en? Number 3. Makeup and face wash. Since the dawn of time, humans have longed to look more beautiful and as young as possible. Although not a mechanical invention, historic makeup recipes were, well, a recipe for disaster. Through the ages, women used lead-based makeups and arsenic-based products to achieve paler-looking skin. Many decades ago, pale skin was a sign of wealth, and arsenic and mercury products helped achieve that. Despite side effects including blood poisoning, hair loss, and birth defects, these products remained on the shelves till the 20s. Number 2. Magnetofunk. Nazi scientists spent much of World War II hidden in a covert military base somewhere in the Arctic, creating the magnetofunk, a device that would deflect the magnetic compasses of Allied aircraft. The aircraft pilots would think they were flying in a straight line, but would gradually curve around the airbase without ever knowing it. It's also possible the name inspired the popular Marvel character, Magneto. It's believed the inventions didn't survive the collapse of Hitler's Germany. Number 1. The monowheel. It seems our race has always been obsessed with coming up with the newest and trendiest form of transport, despite usually not solving any problems along the way, and more so just creating new ones. Between the 1860s and 1930s, the monowheel was frequently suggested as a serious new form of transportation. In 1869, a French inventor created the first known pedalled monowheel, with many electric and gas-powered versions to follow through the years. The design had its share of flaws, such as the difficulty for the driver to see where they were actually going and the issue of braking at higher speeds. What's your favourite invention? Do you think any should be brought back? Let us know below.